Hello, welcome back to our channel. For today's video, we're going to show you the 10 people that you won't believe exist. But before we proceed, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for every time we upload a new video. When it comes to society as a whole, there are people out there that are more than just original. The people on this list are people that you probably thought were some trick of light or an urban legend. Maybe you've seen pictures of someone, but you assumed that they were photoshopped, or maybe the person in question was wearing a ton of makeup and attempting to mislead us into thinking they were quite a bit crazier looking than we originally believed. Whatever the reason, there are people you just won't believe are actually real. Here's our list. Check it out and let us know what you think in the comments below. Number 10, Wolf Girl / Monkey Girl. An 11-year-old Thai girl today insisted that she was originally recognized as the world's hairiest girl. She is one of just 50 known sufferers of Ambrose syndrome, caused by a faulty chromosome, to be documented since the Middle Ages. Before the disease was understood, sufferers were branded werewolves. She has thick hair growing all over her face, ears, arms, legs, and back. Even laser treatment has failed to stop the hair growth. Schoolgirl from Bangkok has faced merciless teasing at school. She says being given a Guinness World Record for her hair has helped her become extremely popular. I'm very happy to be in the Guinness World Records. A lot of people have to go do a lot to get in, she said. All I did was answer a few questions and then they gave it to me. She's gradually been embraced by her community and has become a popular and outgoing child. Number 9, the world's shortest woman. Jodi Amge, born on December 16, 1993, is an Indian actress notable for being the world's smallest living woman, according to the Guinness World Records. She hails from Nagpur, India. She weighs 11 pounds and stands 23 inches, according to the Guinness World Records. She has a form of dwarfism called achondroplasia. That's what Guinness says. On her fame, she says, "I don't like if I'm being held like a baby," but that she will let some people and fans pick her up. She also gets mad when someone annoys her by touching her hair or keeps touching her without permission. She says, "I love acting in the show. My biggest dream is that I go to Hollywood and become an actress." We hope her dream comes true. Number 8 on the list, world's stretchiest man. Have you ever thought of superhumans and how do they look? Gary Turner is no doubt a superhuman. He can stretch his skin till that extent that you cannot even think of. He is a sideshow performer and he has the Guinness World Record for the stretchiest skin in the world. Caused by a serious form of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, on October 29, 1999, in LA, he stretched the skin on his abdomen to a total length of 6.25 inches, beating the previous holder Thomas Hansnip, who earned many accolades for his elasticity of his foreskin. He performed in the short film He Took His Skin Off For Me. He was also a member of the Circus of Horrors in 2005. His midwife only mentioned that he had loose skin at the time of his birth, and that was the only clue of his condition. Number 7 on the list, man with an upside-down head. The day Claudio Vera de Oliveira was born, doctors advised his mother to let the child starve to death. Something was far from normal about his appearance. In fact, many would find it disturbing. But instead of heeding their monstrous suggestion, she took her son home and loved and nurtured him with everything she had. Who he is today is an inspiration to us all. Claudio was born with a rare condition that contorted his spine and limbs in a manner none of us are accustomed to. His head rests backwards on his spine, and his limbs lay twisted under him. He essentially had an upside-down head. It is a condition that would depress most of us. As Claudio grew, he realized he could walk on his knees and even use a pen with his mouth and his lips to operate a cell phone. As the years went by, he grew in confidence, if not in stature. But that never stopped him from chasing his dreams. Today, Claudio is 37 years old and an accountant, celebrated public speaker, and a published writer. Number 6 on the list, the tallest living man. Sultan Kusin, born on December 10, 1982, is a Turkish man who holds the Guinness World Record for tallest living male at 251 centimeters, which is 8 feet 2.182 inches. He is the 7th tallest man in history. Kusin's growth resulted from the condition acromegaly, caused by a tumor affecting his pituitary gland. Due to his condition, he uses crutches to walk. Being super tall comes with its own challenges, of course, from having to squeeze into cars, airplane seats, and lifts, to forming romantic relationships. Speaking at the time of his entry into the Guinness World Records, Sultan said, "I never imagined I would be in the book. I dreamed about it, but it was still a huge surprise." Sultan holds the record for largest hands on a living person, each one measuring 28.5 centimeters, which is 11.22 inches, from the wrist to the tip of the middle finger, and he previously held the record for largest feet on a living person, with his left foot measuring 36.5 centimeters, which is 1 foot 2 inches, and the right foot measuring shorter at 35.5 centimeters, or 1 foot 1.98 inches. Number 5, the biggest mouth. No, not that person. Philip Angus is a teen from Boyerstown, Pennsylvania, who happens to have an extraordinary feature that sets him apart from his peers. The record for the largest mouth gape. His mouth is 3.75 inches from top to bottom when he opens it all the way. The gape of a mouth is the distance between the upper and lower incisors. Philip's gape measures a whopping 9.52 centimeters, which is 3.375 inches, breaking the previous record held by a fellow U.S. teen, Isaac Johnson, who had a gape of 8.8 centimeters. For record, the other guy was 9.52, and he's happy to have the record. "I never have been the best at anything, really, but I'm now the best at this, and it feels great knowing that I have this and no one else can have it until they beat me." Number 4. They believe I'm a witch. Born with a rare 20 toes and 12 fingers, Nyack Kamarai says that her neighbors believe that she is a witch. This 65-year-old woman from Odisha has to stay indoors and is not allowed to participate in any public event. The reason is her 20 toes and 12 fingers. Born with a rare 20 toes and 12 fingers is a condition known as polydactylism. Nyack Kumari says that her neighbors believe that she is a witch. There's nothing she can do to change her appearance. "I was born with this defect and I could not be treated because I belong to a poor family. The superstitious residents believe I'm a witch and stay away from me," she said. But Kumari has beaten the previous record set by Devendra Suthar, 47, who was born with 14 toes and 14 fingers. He was registered in the record book in 2014. Now she sets a new Guinness World Record. Fun fact that polydactylism is a rare condition and affects up to 1 in 1,000 babies born worldwide. Number 3 on the list, world's most flexible girl. For many of us, simply bending over to touch our toes can be difficult, but it's not a problem for the world's flexible woman, Julia Gunkel, also known as Zlata. She's 27. She's a Russian-born. She can twist herself like a snake into the most extreme poses imaginable, and has broken numerous world records for her flexibility. The former gymnast, who is 5 foot 8 inches, is so flexible she can cram herself into a 50-centimeter squared box. On November 23, 2007, the girl burst 3 balloons with her back for 12 seconds. Moreover, she is able to open the bottles with her feet, standing on her hands. Elastigirl was born in Nabrinsk, Chinle, Russia. When she was 4 years old, her unique abilities were discovered in kindergarten. At the age of 6, the little girl joined the circus studio in her native city. For the first time, Julia performed when she was 10. Her family moved to Leipzig, Germany when she was 16 years old. But just how flexible is she actually? Well, the Discovery Channel put her through an MRI machine, and doctors found that her ligaments were as flexible as those of an infant. Wow. Number 2, the eyeball popper. Kim Goodman from the US can pop her eyeballs to a protrusion of 12 millimeters, which is 0.47 inches, almost a half an inch, beyond her eye sockets. Her eyes were measured in Istanbul, Turkey, on November 2nd, 2007. Measuring the pop is an exact science that has to be done by an optometrist using a device known as a proptometer. Average of 3 measurements gives the final eye-watering result. Proptosis is the term for eyeball displacement or bulging eyes. Kim discovered her talent when she was hit on the head by a hockey mask, but can now pop out her eyes on cue. Ever since her eyes popped out, she has been doing it on many different TV shows and has traveled across the world. She has been to more than 5 countries, and her big eyes pop out only when she wants to, which is a rare gift. Eye bulging is not something Kim does every day, but every once in a while her eyes pop out of their sockets for her fans. Kim's identity is hard to forget. Yes, that was a dad joke. Sorry. And the number 1 person you won't believe exists is Mr. Papa Smurf. The last man we're talking about to show you would probably be the guy version of Mystique, the fictional character appearing in the X-Men, but is mostly called by his friends Papa Smurf. Paul Carrison, or better known as the Blue Man, is from Madeira, which is a city smack in the middle of California. We know that his pictures are quite shocking because we have not seen anything like him before. His life story is very special, and that's why many people are curious to know more about him. We have to begin with one very important fact. Paul is really blue. He is not wearing a costume or makeup that can take off when he gets home. None of that is an option because, well, we have to say that one more time, he is legitimately blue, permanently. There's no turning back. But Paul didn't start turning blue until he was almost 45 years old. He was trying to treat a skin condition, but he wanted to do it by himself, so he discovered that apparently there was one thing that could help him: silver. He read that drinking silver with water could treat his flaky skin. Paul was making his own medicine in his home. Over time, he developed a condition called argyria. Argyria is a condition caused by excessive exposure to chemical compounds of silver. The most drastic symptom of this condition is when your skin turns blue, just as in Paul's case. He had generalized argyria, meaning that his entire body, and not only just sections, changed color. Later on, the man who became famous as the Blue Man passed away at age 62. Paul Carson died of a heart attack and stroke in Washington Hospital. And that concludes our list of 10 people you won't believe exist. What did you think? Which person do you think was the most interesting? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release a new video. And we'll see you on the next one.